Just when you thought the drama between Tamar Braxton and Funky Dineva was over, it's not. It seems as if Tamar is now speaking through her attorney, denying the accusations that Funky Dineva had on his YouTube channel, where he claims that Tamar Braxton and Mendices had an inappropriate relationship. Well, Funky is also responding.
Aware of what really happened to you?
No, I'm not.
Or can you talk about
I can talk about it, but I'm not aware of what really happened to me.
Yeah.
All I know is that I went to a friend's birthday party. I gave a friend a birthday party.
Mm-hmm.
Hello.
You thought was your friend.
Well, we ain't even gonna touch on that.
Yeah.
I came home like I would normally do.
So now we finna take it all the way back to the very beginning. I knew this was how you was gonna play it. And let's be very clear here. If y'all remember when the situation first broke and about the whole mouth stuff, and I said, and the only reason you dropped that video is because, and I said, I ain't gonna do it to you. Y'all remember?
Just when everyone thought the smoke between Tamar Braxton and Funky Dineva had finally cleared, boom, it kicks right back up again. Tamar is now letting her attorney speak for her, denying every single accusation Funky dropped on his YouTube channel, where he claimed Tamar and Menace were involved in an inappropriate situation. And of course, Funky didn't stay quiet. He fired right back at that legal letter. Here we go again. Welcome back to the Campfire Channel, the spot everybody pulls up to when they need the real talk on pop culture, the hottest music updates, entertainment buzz, reality TV shakeups, and everything else that keeps the streets talking. Make sure you drop a like on this video, smash that subscribe button, and tap that notification bell so you never miss when we go live with fresh drama or upload a brand new story that'll have you glued to the screen. Now listen, I know a lot of you saw the chaos unfold last night. Funky went live and broke down his whole reaction to Tamar hitting him with that legal threat, but we can't play the entire conversation here. If you missed it, don't worry. We uploaded a full breakdown yesterday where we covered Funky responding to some shade Tamar tossed his way during her sit-down with L'Oreal. And when I say shade, I mean she slid it in smooth like she didn't think Funky was gonna catch it. But he definitely did, and he made sure everybody else caught it too.
Yeah.
So they started putting you two together. Do you and Mendices have like anything beyond this film? Or?
No, to be honest, I barely even know him.
Okay.
to be honest, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
We're not like, we're cool,
Yeah.
but he's not like my homie. You know what I mean?
Right,
it's not
right.
like that. And he just got casted in the film, and here we are.
Were you like a little hesitant? This is the one thing I will say, how I think people might get tied in. Maybe because you're using his name in the film. Did y'all ever think about using a different name?
We use Julian.
That's a different name, though.
Things are getting louder, messier, and way more dramatic than anyone expected, and this legal back and forth is starting to feel like the opening round of a fight neither one of them wants to back down from. Let's get into it. So now Funky is clapping back at that legal letter, and things are getting even wilder out here. Earlier yesterday, Tamar posted the letter on her social media. But if you go look now, it's gone, vanished. I checked again just to be sure, and yep, she took that whole thing down like it never existed. And when I first saw it, I thought, okay, she's denying everything and letting him know she's ready to take legal action if she has to. That's exactly how it read. But here's the thing. Based on the way Funky described those encounters between him, Tamar, and Menace, it sounded like there were other people around, like real witnesses. And honestly, there might even be camera footage of whatever moments he claimed he saw.
Anybody know who happened and what happened to your damn teeth? It's Mendices and his best friend, because they was the ones who went upstairs with you. Now, I don't know whether they was fucking your ass from the back and ran your head through the headboard or what. Or to go back to your stories and put, Funky Dineva didn't do anything to me, guys. I was resting. I should have said something earlier. That was all you had to do, and it could have been done with on my end. even in this very moment, that
To be honest, I barely even know him.
Okay.
To
Yeah.
be honest, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
We're not like, we're cool,
Yeah.
but he's not like my homie. You know what I
Right,
mean?
right,
It's not
right.
like that. And he just got casted in the film.
But the real question is, were those moments actually inappropriate? That part is still up for debate. Funky went on a full 45-minute rant breaking down his side of the story, dragging out every detail he remembered about Tamar. We are not about to sit here and unpack that whole saga. Nobody has time for that marathon today. But I do want to run through Tamar's original statement because we keep things fair around here, and then we'll talk about what Funky said in response. Now let's get into this legal letter situation. Tamar shared a letter that she claimed was from her attorney, but here's the twist. The letter is signed by her, not the actual lawyer. That part needs to be highlighted. It's printed on legal letterhead, sure, but the signature at the bottom, that's Tamar's handwriting, not her attorney's. And the letter says it's from the desk of attorney James L., which makes it even more confusing because why is she signing it herself? This whole thing is looking messy, dramatic, and low-key suspicious, and it's only making the situation louder. Walker Jr. Okay, so this is labeled as the official statement of Tamar E. Braxton. But the moment you start reading it, things take a sharp left turn. She opens the so-called legal letter by saying, "This summer, I poured my heart into heartbreak retrograde." And I'm sitting here like, does a legal letter normally start off like a promo for your latest project? Because this sounds more like an album rollout than someone clapping back at accusations. She goes on, "This summer, I poured my heart into Heartbreak Retrograde, a project that includes a 6-song EP and a short film." And at that point, I'm wondering, what exactly is happening here? How did we jump from legal threats to music promo in the same breath? But she continues saying, seeing the project hit #1 on the iTunes R&B charts and crack the top 20 overall meant everything to her and her team.
I know what all the hell going on, bitch. I want to know what's going on too, bitch, okay? The lady got on the internet and said she almost died. Now listen, let me just go ahead and get this out the way, okay, before we even get to the top of the show. I don't know what happened to the lady. Okay.
I want him to tell his own story. You know, I don't really like telling people's story. You should ask Meneses.
Are you aware of what really happened to you?
No, I'm not.
Or can you talk about what
I can talk
happened?
about it, but I'm not aware of what really happened to me.
Yeah.
All I know is that I went to a friend's birthday party. I gave a friend a birthday party. Hello.
You thought was your friend.
Well, we ain't even gonna touch on that.
Yeah.
I came home like I would normally do.
She thanks everyone for the support, like this is an acceptance speech. Then she switches gears again and says that's why it's been painful to watch what she calls a hurtful and completely untrue rumor spread online this week. The rumor accusing her of having an inappropriate relationship with her male co-star. That's the part she's addressing, finally. Now, you might remember she recently said in that interview that she's not even friends with Menace. She made it sound like they barely know each other. But people have been talking for months, claiming they've been spotted together out and about, and that's why some folks weren't buying the "we're not even friends" angle. The streets have been buzzing nonstop about that connection. And don't forget, Funky hinted at this months ago when their first feud popped off. He dropped little crumbs back then, and now he's dropping full details. He said there were 3 separate times where he was hanging out with Tamar, and during each one, he witnessed something that made him raise an eyebrow. 3 different occasions, not just one. And now all of that is coming back up while Tamar's trying to push this statement that keeps drifting between PR rollout and damage control. This situation is spinning fast, and she's trying to pull it back, but people are side-eyeing every word. And then out of nowhere, Menace pops up in the mix, and that's when I had to stop and say, hold on, what is really going on here? I told you before, something about this felt like a setup, like a whole plot and plan. Because why would someone keep an alleged low-key relationship with Menace?
And it was like, stop. But you know that cute little stop that y'all girls do? And he kept leaning in and whispering. And he would rub in between her legs again. And she would push his hands off again. Real cute, like real 16-year-old, like. Let me know if that's appropriate or inappropriate as a male co-star. And I'm going to tell you something. I just thought about something, and I thought about this in the very beginning. I'm the fool in this situation. I am the biggest fool.
And then bring him around Funky, who literally runs a platform built on pop culture commentary. Why introduce that situation to somebody who's guaranteed to talk about it? I even suggested that maybe Tamar wanted this whole thing to leak. And in Funky's latest video, he admitted he had the same thought. He said he wondered if Tamar purposely brought Menace around him so he would end up repeating what he saw, or maybe even help spark attention for her new project dropping. And the wild part is, a lot of people were already questioning that angle back when she talked about that near-death experience she claimed happened. Folks were whispering, "Is this promotion for Heartbreak Retrograde?" The streets were suspicious long before the legal letter showed up. But here's the kicker. I don't think Tamar realizes that all this chaos isn't making people rush to stream the project. If anything, everyone is glued to the drama, not the music. The noise is drowning out the art right now. And honestly, that's something Toni Braxton pointed out way back during season 2 of The Braxtons, when she said she felt like Tamar cared more about being infamous than being famous. That hit hard then, and it hits even harder now. Toni even added that she had to call her publicist countless times because of Tamar's situations blowing up, and Tamar shot back saying, "I have my own publicist!" Like she wanted to make it clear she could handle her own image. But right now, this whole situation is spinning way out of control, and the attention is not the kind you want tied to a new release. This drama is spiraling, and Tamar is stuck right in the center of it. Tamar didn't seem to understand that when she jumps into drama, it doesn't just land on her. It hits the whole family too. Toni Braxton even said that straight up before, like, "Whatever you do affects me as well." And at the end of Funky's rant, he started comparing the sisters, saying Toni would never move the way Tamar has been moving. He said Toni carries herself with a different kind of discipline, and honestly, a lot of people agreed with him on that point. So now let's circle back to Tamar's legal letter, the one labeled "From the Desk of the Walker Building," which already had folks side-eyeing it. She starts the letter repeating the same promo-like opener. "This summer, I poured my heart into Heartbreak Retrograde, a project that includes a 6-song EP and a short film." Then she goes on about how it hit #1 on the iTunes R&B charts and cracked the top 20 overall, saying it meant everything to her and her team, and that the support has been incredible. But then she shifts back into the rumor situation, saying that's why it's been painful to watch a hurtful and completely untrue rumor spread online, accusing her of having an inappropriate relationship with her male co-star. She emphasizes it hard and says, "Let me be clear, this is a lie." She goes on to say it's sad that the moment she achieves something meaningful, certain people jump in with gossip and sensationalism. She adds that the rumors don't just affect her, they hit families, kids, loved ones, people who never asked to get dragged into any of this mess. She tries to frame it like the drama is harming people who weren't even involved, and she says she had hoped by now folks who claim to report responsibly and love their community would actually show better judgment. But the tone of the letter had people confused because it kept slipping between defending herself, pushing the project, and calling out unnamed people, all in one long statement. And with the tension already sky high, this didn't calm anything down. It fired everyone up even more. She closes the statement by saying, "As for me, I'm letting my lawyers take it from here. I'm staying focused on what I love, creating, storytelling, and making music and films that matter." Then she adds, "If you haven't heard Heartbreak Retrograde yet, I hope you'll give it a listen." Like she slid right back into promo mode again, thanking everyone for pushing the project so high on the charts. And honestly, it left a lot of people asking the same question I did. Why did a letter that's supposed to be coming from the desk of attorney James L. Walker Jr. read like a mix between an inspirational Instagram caption and a commercial for her EP? Because nothing in this letter actually addresses anything legal. The only thing she really says is that the rumor is not true, but she never directly names Funky, never specifies what claims she's denying, and never states what legal action is being taken. And if this was truly an attorney-issued letter, wouldn't there be an actual cease and desist attached, something formally sent to Funky? Because it looks like nothing official went out, at least not yet. And of course, Funky responded. But before we even get to his reaction, let's go back to Tamar's original post, because she uploaded that legal letter to her social media and then quickly deleted it. Luckily, Jasmine Brand caught the screenshots, and honestly, so did half the internet, so nothing disappeared. In her caption, Tamar wrote, "People like to trigger me, hoping for me to respond and crash out. That's the old me." She said she always felt the need to defend herself, but this time she's letting her lawyers handle it. She added, "I'm tired, but I'm learning to take my Tamartian's advice, use my voice to talk less and sing more." She ended it with, "That's it. That's all. God bless." Then she thanked her amazing attorney and team who don't lose, shouting out James Walker Jr. Esquire and company. And right after trying to frame this as a serious legal matter, she switched gears again and said, "Now back to big business. Heartbreak Retrograde went #1 on my label." With a kiss emoji like this was a regular promotional post. The tone shift was wild. 1 minute it's legal talk, the next minute it's motivation, and then suddenly she's celebrating chart numbers like none of this drama is connected. It left everybody confused, entertained, and definitely talking, which might not be the effect she intended, but it's the effect she got. The way Tamar keeps sliding herself into the victim role has folks pulling out the tiny violin every time. But even the imaginary violin tapped out this time. It's like the moment you try to play a little sympathy tune for her, the whole thing just shuts down like, "Nope, not today." It couldn't even give her a weak note. All right, let's get into what Funky had to say, because his response was a whole situation on its own. We're not playing the full thing. The man went on for almost an hour, letting everything spill. He started off fiery, real sharp with the venom, but as the rant went on, you could hear the hurt come through. He said he genuinely valued the friendship he thought he was forming with Tamar, only for him to step back later and realize, "You were never really my friend." And honestly, anybody watching from the outside could have told him that earlier. But that's just me. Now let me play the part where he talks about Tamar on his social media, because this is where he broke down why he thinks something deeper was going on with how everything unfolded. Yesterday, I made that comparison about the Nicole Murphy situation with the director from Aqua, right? How the paparazzi just so happened to catch them hugged up and kissing a few years back, even though he was married at the time, and people were whispering that maybe Nicole Murphy allegedly set the whole thing up because she wanted that relationship to go public. And that's why Funky brought that example up again. Because situations like that don't always happen by accident. Sometimes people want something seen. Sometimes they want a narrative pushed. He was basically hinting that the way Menace magically showed up, plus how Tamar acted around him, plus the timing with her new project, It all felt way too convenient to be pure coincidence. Funky didn't say Tamar set anything up, but he definitely said the patterns were suspicious. And once he connected the dots, you could see he felt played, not just dragged into drama, but used. This thing is getting deeper than anyone expected. Quay is still with Layla Roshan. He never left his wife, never separated, none of that. So the idea that their moment was supposed to break the internet always sounded wild. And Funky pointed that out too, because at first, even he said, "Why would they think this would break the internet?" That question matters. So then you start digging. Was the hype supposed to come from Menace being involved? But Menace doesn't have acting credits like that. I mean, people know him from reality TV, sure, and maybe some folks count Love and Hip Hop as acting, depending on how you look at it. But still, nothing about the situation screams internet-breaking moment. So the story started sounding even stranger. Then Funky dropped more details, reminding everyone of other moments where Tamar and Menace were together, moments that had multiple witnesses. He even spoke directly to the people who were around during those times and said, "If you were there when Tamar and Menace were together, reach out to me." So now he's collecting information, lining everything up, getting his receipts in order. And then he addressed Tamar directly, saying he doesn't know why she thinks he'd be scared of some legal letter. He said he's not shaking, not backing down, not intimidated, especially when the legal letter didn't even seem to be sent to him officially. Because remember, what Tamar posted was a public statement she put on her social media, then deleted. There's no proof she actually sent him a real cease and desist. And the way she worded it, cease and desist, the same thing she once said on the Braxtons, had people raising eyebrows all over again. So the big question became, did she send anything privately at all, or was the whole thing just for show? Because if it wasn't formally delivered to Funky and was only posted online, that makes it look like this might be performative, more of a public act than a legal move. And honestly, that's exactly what people want Funky to press her on. Is this real legal action, or is she just trying to make it look like legal action so the story shifts in her favor? The whole situation feels layered, confusing, and dramatic. And Funky's not letting up until every piece gets exposed. Funky even asked the real question out loud. Have I received an actual legal letter from Tamar, or did she just post that same statement for the internet to see? Because honestly, if someone sent me that statement, I'd be staring at it like, wait, is this supposed to be legal action? Or is this promo wrapped in legal language? The whole thing reads more like a rollout than a cease and desist, and that's exactly why people were confused. I've read a real cease and desist recently, talked about it already, and trust me, those things look professional, detailed, and direct. What Tamar posted, that was not a cease, that was not a desist. And it definitely wasn't a clear threat of a lawsuit. It was more like a dramatic announcement that left everybody scratching their heads. But Funky made one thing very clear. He is not scared, not even a little. He stood 10 toes down on everything he said, and he listed every reason why he's not backing off from the story. He even encouraged anyone who witnessed the moments he talked about to reach out, because he may need people to back up some of the details. That tells you he's not just talking. He's prepared to stand by his words. And here's the thing. When all this drama first popped off, a lot of you were hitting me up saying, Menace was at the club that night too. People were connecting dots before Funky even said anything publicly. So now that Funky has confirmed multiple witnesses were around, the story is getting even louder. And Tamar's attempt to shut it down with a half-legal, half-promotional statement is only adding fuel to it. This whole situation is wild, messy, and getting deeper every time someone opens their mouth. Thanks for riding with the full breakdown. And if you want more juicy celebrity chaos served fresh, make sure you subscribe to the Juicy Reel channel right now. You don't want to miss what's coming next.